Hey, so I just finished watching another series on Netflix, which means I'm all out of shows to watch, and I need something to fill the void in my heart that's left by the absence of Rick and Morty at the moment. So I was hoping we could come to some sort of mutual help each other out system right here. I'm gonna share with you a couple of my favorite Netflix comedy series, and I was hoping that you could share with me a couple of your favorite comedies on Netflix as well. I do need to mention I'm on Canadian Netflix, which is like American Netflix, except with less. A lot less. So my original favorite show on Netflix was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I actually just finished the whole series not too long ago. The reason why it took me so long to finish was because there's so many episodes of this show, which is a good thing. Now there's a couple of things that Brooklyn Nine-Nine does really well. The acting is on point, the character development is really strong, and the writing for the most part is really good. The show itself does feel somewhat episodic in nature. There is an overlying storyline to it, but at the same time, you can sit down and watch an episode, and for the most part, it is confined to that episode and not to the greater storyline as a whole. The show itself is really funny, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. I even wanted to become a detective because of that show, but then realized that being a detective was actually a lot of work and not just telling jokes the whole time. I already mentioned that the show has a lot of episodes for you to get through, so it makes it great for binge watching, but also there's a lot of strong characters in the show, and more than likely you'll identify with at least one of them. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm totally a Gina. I'm a Jake Peralta. Either way, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a fantastic watch and definitely worth investing some time into. Now, I already mentioned that I've been trying to fill this hole in my heart left by Rick and Morty while I wait for the next season to come out. So in my pursuit of another sci-fi cartoon with a more mature sense of humor, I stumbled across Final Space. There's honestly not enough I can say about Final Space. It's just flat out hilarious. Every scene in this show is just chock full of great jokes. It's so well written. The characters are also fun and quirky and memorable, which is huge. One of the things it does really well is it has this full story that goes from episode 1 right to the season finale. It follows this storyline pretty well with its own contained adventures, but it doesn't let you forget the overall storyline every episode. The show was also created by a YouTuber, Olin Rogers, so it gets bonus points. Just gonna throw around some bonus points for this show because it was made by a YouTuber. I don't want to spoil a whole lot about Final Space, but if you're into absolutely hilarious cartoons that have like a sci-fi feel and at times make absolutely no sense but make perfect sense because they're not making sense, then this is a show for you to watch. Now the only downfall to Final Space is there's only one season, and that season came out earlier this year. So now I have to wait until 2019 to watch season 2, and I really want to know what's going to happen. Now, unfortunately, we had to change locations because there's some really loud kids that are just wandering around the forest, banging on things and yelling. I'm like, it's a forest. You're not even filming a funny video in here. Why are you being loud? So we're going to talk about this last show in vlog format. You can still hear them being loud back there. So the final show I wanted to talk about took a little while to grow on me. I wasn't completely sold after the first or second episode. The show was funny, but it wasn't like as funny as say something like Final Space, which being a cartoon, it could just do whatever it wanted and be as insane and silly as it wanted to be. The show I'm talking about is The Good Place. Now, I don't want to say much, if anything, about the storyline here because the thing that makes this show so good is all the different unique plot development points. It's really good at keeping you guessing as to what will happen, and I can honestly say I didn't guess how the series would end. Again, I don't want to say anything, I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm keeping my mouth shut. Much like Final Space, it follows one cohesive storyline from the start of the season until the end of the season. Now, there are really only a couple of things that I didn't like about this show. One, there's only one season. Two, one of the characters I found to be a little annoying. And three, it took a little bit of time to get into it. So if you're just starting this show, don't give up on it. Actually watch it from episode 1 until the last episode. You'll be very thankful that you did watch it the whole way through. And those are my 3 picks for the funniest series on Netflix right now. Now, this wasn't meant to be one of those YouTube videos like list the top things on the thing type videos, but no, this is a conversation, well, more of a cry for help. Please help me. I need more shows to watch on Netflix to fill the void in my life that's now left by these shows that I can no longer watch because I finished them. So please, let me know what your favorite comedy series are or your favorite comedy movies. Just give me something funny to watch. Hopefully it's on Canadian Netflix because, like I mentioned, we get way less on Canadian Netflix than is on American Netflix. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Yep, it's gonna be raining soon. Why did I film this vlog about Netflix in a forest? Probably because the forest is normally quiet and calm, but today it was filled with loud children. Bring your kids to the forest day? I don't know. Without supervision? It's bring your kids to the forest without supervision day today, apparently. Some of us are trying to make stupid videos. Watch, they're probably actually trying to make a stupid video too, but they're like, man, this guy is talking about Netflix loudly in the forest. Go away, guy.